Hey YouTube, it's Go Teams VSG here, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona, where the temperature is currently 42 degrees. It's chilly, but the sun is out, so I suspect it'll get up to the mid-60s today. Yay! This is the time of the year when it pays to live in Phoenix. So, I want to do two things in this video today. One, recap for you my Christmas holiday season, as well as do a follow-up to a video I did earlier talking about my out-of-network anesthesiologist and getting bills in the excess from my surgeon of what my insurance would have paid. And so I want to go over with you how that panned out, just so you can get an idea if you're getting ready to do this, what that might look like. First thing, the numbers. I don't know what the numbers are. I was at my brother's in Oregon over the holiday. They have a scale. I don't even actually think I stepped on the scale while I was there. And that is for a couple of reasons. One, I was taking the time off. I don't advise that. I mean, this is a process. We're working hard. I hate to lose ground, but it is what it is. So I didn't weigh myself there. And also, I don't like weighing myself on other people's scales because every scale weighs differently and it's apples to oranges. When I did get home last night and weighed myself, I was at 225.2, which is about what I was weighing before I left. I am all over in the 220s right now. The lowest I've seen was 221.2, 221.8, maybe it was 221.8. I don't really remember. And then up to 227 and back down again. And so I don't know how much I weigh. I suspect about 225 is probably accurate. So, how did I do during Christmas? I did not do well during Christmas. Esty got home last night and asked me to rate myself on a scale of 1 being the very, very worst, 10 being the very, very best as far as how I did making food choices during the Christmas holiday. And I rated myself as a 3, and then I thought about it a little bit more and rated myself a little higher at a 4. And it's kind of funny because in the past, had you asked me to make those same ratings, I would have probably rated myself at a 7 or 8. Because the choices I made were not taken in the context of the choices I used to make before I started this journey, before I had surgery. They weren't bad. Like, I had biscuits and gravy, and I had dinner rolls, and I had way more food than I should have. And my brother kept leaving almond roca just laying around, and it was like a siren song to me, and I ate it, and I ate it. Fly Girl VSG, I love you. She made me fudge, which I quote-unquote forgot at my brother's as a self-preservation method. It was yummo, Lynn's great, but you know the deal. Anyway, so on a whole, like what the damage I would have done before, I would have been like, what? I only had like 1 biscuit and 3 rolls, 2 pieces of fudge, and 5 almond rocas. That's no big thing at all. But now, in my new contacts, I feel like it's really bad. I'm going to hit the gym today with Esty, and I suspect I'm going to be extremely sluggish at the gym. The last 2 times I was at the gym before I left, I just felt slow and sluggish, and I suspect it was because I'd had some carbs. So I am looking forward to getting back to the gym, getting moving, stretching. When I go to Oregon, my mom has a 5th wheel that she hauled to my brother's house some time ago, and it's really nice. I love it. It's great to have a personal space where I can sleep without having to kick one of the kids out of the rooms or sleeping on the couch. However, I sleep on the couch there, and it's, I get it a little stiff, which I think can be said of almost any time I sleep in any bed that's not my own. The lighting is really bad. I see that I've got this line right here. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, had a fantastic time in Oregon. Got to spend time with family. Got to see Fly Girl VSG. Got to see my best friends Katie and Jacob. as well as some other friends I haven't seen for a while. It was awesome. Had a great time. Esty and I were not together, and that was hard. But we are back together now, except I have to go to work and he's home. So that's my Christmas. Yeah. Oh, something that happened during Christmas, or right before Christmas, I was in desperate need of a new brassiere, and I feel like the girls have shrunk significantly since I started losing weight. So I went to Lane Bryant, because I know they do bra fittings, and had them measure me, and my rib cage has gone down. I went from a 44 to a 38. However, my cup size remained the same. I don't understand how that works. My girls are not the girls they once were. So, that was disappointing. However, I did get some new brassieres. So much nicer. Looks so much better. It's amazing, like, how much better your clothes look on you if you're wearing proper underwears. So that's all I have about that. So I'm in 6 minutes. I want to quickly talk to you about what happened with my billing. So as you may recall, many months ago, right after I got my surgery, probably in May, I received a bill from my surgeon's office. I want to say it was something in the neighborhood of $15,000. But I also got a statement of benefits from my insurance saying they would only pay $9,000 of that. So I was freaking out a little bit, like, what's going to happen? Well, what happened with that is I signed the check over to my surgeon's office, and they adjusted the remaining balance, so I didn't owe anything additional. Yay! Which I was not really surprised about, because before surgery, you know, they went through my insurance benefits, looked at them for me, and said, this is what you can expect to pay. I paid, just so you know, just so you guys have a sense, I paid $3,500 out of pocket for my surgery. Then I was really floored to get a $6,000 bill from the anesthesiologist, who, to my surprise, was out of network. And again, if you haven't watched that video, I talk about, oh wow, I wish somebody would have told me to be conscientious or aware of that. That happens a lot. The hospital I went to, in network. The surgeon I used, in network. It would make sense to me, and I think any reasonable consumer, that thereby the anesthesiologist or any nurses or anybody who are assigned to your surgery would also be in network, because everything else is. This is not the case. It is not the case. Your anesthesiologist very likely may be out of network. In fact, the hospital I went to, Tempe St. Luke's, does not have a single anesthesiologist who works on their service who is in network. Additionally, there may be contracted nurses who are not in network. So be sure before you get your surgery that you get a list of everybody who will be working the case, and ensure that they will be in network. I don't know what you can do to make that happen. Maybe you switch surgeons. I don't know. But if you don't want to end up paying money out of your own pocket, that's a really important thing to look into. I wish somebody had told me that before I went in. That said, things worked out well. I did not receive a bill from the anesthesiologist. I got a statement of benefits from my insurance that said they were paying me $1,200 for the anesthesiologist, and then, as I said, I think the anesthesiologist had billed the insurance for somewhere about $6,000. They didn't send it directly to me, so I was pretty freaked out that I was gonna have to pay another $4,200, $5,000 for my surgery because the anesthesiologist was out of network. So what I did is I deposited that check into my checking account, and I waited and I waited and I waited approximately 7 months, and I finally got a bill. First I got a call from my anesthesiologist office saying, or billing department I should say, saying that they had worked with my insurance and the insurance would pay $1,200, and so I then owed them $1,200. So essentially, sounds like they adjusted their pricing so that they accepted whatever the insurance paid, which is super nice. I don't know that that's always the case. So like I said, make sure that the people who are working on you, who are working involved in your surgery, that they're going to be in network, or find out what their billing policies are going to be before the fact. My insurance actually was really nice about how they handled it, because out of network, normally I would pay, I don't know, they don't pay much if they're out of network. But they did pay the full amount that was allowable if the provider had been in network. And I think that was due to the fact that they recognize that most anesthesiologists these days are out of network. It's hooey. I mean, the idea that you would go to the hospital and not know exactly how much it's going to cost for an elective surgery like this is ridiculous. I mean, we wouldn't go to a restaurant and order the food and then just wait to see what the bill was. We wouldn't go on a clothing spree and buy the clothes, commit to buying the clothes. Like, we will absolutely buy these clothes without knowing how much they're going to cost. We wouldn't even take our cars in, for most part, without getting an estimate. But we do it with our medical bills. So it's ridiculous. Anyway, I am at 11 minutes 36 seconds. I don't even know if it'll let me post this video directly from my phone to YouTube at this length. So I'm going to sign off, but I just wanted to give a brief update about my holidays. I will make another video on the 1st, which is Thursday, and talk about my resolutions for the year. So until next time, go teams, and go you too. Have a great one.